Good morning, children. So, last class we have started our first chapter, that is life on earth. Okay, so little bit portion we have seen that day. Once again, I'll remind you that chapter. So, for any organism on this world, the three basic requirements are water, air, and food. These three essential things, without this, they cannot survive in this earth. Okay. Nextly, we have read about the food chain. What is food chain, children? A chain in which lower organisms are eaten by the higher organism. Okay, this is called food chain. It always starts with a plant because plants are the primary producers in this world. Plants are the producers. Only they can produce food, rest all are consuming that. Okay. Now children will travel around different types of environment in this world and see how their conditions are. Okay, so the picture which you are seeing is the old tree, people tree or some other tree growing out from the old monuments. You might have seen nearby this type of things nearby your houses also. Okay, so how these trees are coming here by their own, with the help of any mediator. Okay, sometimes birds are carrying their food in their beak. Okay, along with that seeds all are there. So this type of trees are going like that, and these trees get plenty of oxygen from the air for respiration and carbon dioxide present in the air, which helps in making their own food. Okay, so this type of trees are getting plenty of oxygen from the air and carbon dioxide also, which helps preparing their own food. Okay. Now children, the next picture what you are seeing is the grains of wheat and rye, and small insects are there in that are called weevil. In Hindi we are calling that ghoon. Okay, so these insects, from where they are getting their food? Always they cannot eat rice grains now, they need water also. So these insects easily get air and food, but how? Okay, so these insects are taking whatever food they are taking, that little bit water is sufficient for their body. Okay, they are not drinking water separately, they are going and drinking water like that, it is not there. So like lizards, like ghoon and other animals are not seen drinking water because they get sufficient water from their food they eat, and thus they do not need any water to drink. Okay. Now moving towards the desert area. Okay, so during the day we all know that it is very hot in deserts, so that no animals can be seen, and in the evening many small and big animals comes out in search of for their food. Okay, one such example is desert lizard. Desert lizards eat insects walking on the sand, and the rats who make burrows in the sand also come out in search of food. Okay, hawks and owls preys on these lizards and rats. See this picture, this is desert lizard. Okay, when they come out for their food, hawks and owls prey on these lizards and rats. So like this way, desert animals are also linked with each other, okay, in many ways, and forming multiple type of food chain. Now we will go very far away from home, and that is towards the oceans. Children, we all know that oceans have so much of water that they never going to dry up. Okay, our earth is covered with 3/4 of its surface with water only. Many times I said you that 3/4 of earth's surface is covered with water, and the rest is land. Okay, from this you can estimate how much water is there in the oceans. Okay. Many types of algae, small and big plants, keep floating on the surface of the ocean. You can see in this picture, and these plants make food from carbon dioxide dissolved in water and in the presence of sunlight. Okay, they get water and minerals from the oceans, and they respire by taking oxygen from the air which is dissolved in water. This is very important line, that they get water and minerals from the oceans, and they respire by taking oxygen from the air dissolved in water. Okay, these plants are found in large numbers in the oceans and are the first link of the long food chain. When I said that it is the first link of the long food chain, means even big animals living in the oceans are dependent on these plants. Small animals swimming in water come for eating these plants, and these small animals are eaten by bigger animals and then by even bigger fish. Smaller fish are eaten by bigger fish are eaten by even bigger fish, and these are only called food chain. You can see in this picture. So this is the food chain in which smaller fish are eaten by the still bigger fish, and the bigger fish are eaten by even bigger fish. Many big and small fishes, mammals and birds are found in the oceanic environment. Smaller organisms are eaten by organisms bigger than them. Okay, and thus forming a type of food chain. Not only the animals in the sea, but other animals living on the shore of the oceans are also dependent on this chain. Let me tell you the example of this type. See, the picture what you are seeing now is the picture of an Arctic region. Okay, we move towards the North Pole, and this is Arctic region. The region is so cold that is covered with a thick coat of snow almost all the year. Okay, so during summer, for a very short period of time, a part of snow melts, and some small type of plants and algae grow over there. Okay, so this picture what you're seeing is the Arctic region rat. Okay, the rat, deers and rabbit are the main herbivores animals found in this region. Okay, most of the animals found here are mostly in white in color, and you can say why it is white in color, because to cover themselves in the snow. See these are some of the Arctic animals. Okay, polar bear and all this thing, white fox. Okay, so the common carnivorous animals of this region are bear, wolf, fox and owl. You can see in this picture. Bear found in Arctic region are white in color and very huge in size. Okay, they are called polar bears. In the center what it is, it's called polar bear. Okay, seal is the main food of the polar bears. See, this picture is of seal. Seals are similar to dogs in appearance. They can swim in the sea and hunt for fish. Polar bear catches the seal when the seal comes on the shore to rest, and the interesting part is that the food chain starting in the ocean ends on the earth with the polar bears. Okay, so all these things is all about polar region. Now from the polar regions we move to a country named Indonesia, located towards the east of India, and this country does not have any plain land like India, because it is made up of about 13,000 small and big islands. Okay, so one of the big island is Borneo. You can see in this picture, this is Borneo island. This island is very big and has huge caves in which millions of bat lives over there. Okay, so these caves are so deep that sunlight cannot reach inside, and they are always pitch dark. Okay, bats hang on these walls of the caves and comes out only in the evening in the search of their food, and their food is small insects flying in the air and nectar of flowers and fruits. But children, have you ever thought why bats live in those type of caves where sunlights do not reach and no plants are found? Because they do this for their self defense. Okay, if they come out in the light, they will be catched by their enemies. So for the self defense they are doing like that, and during the day they remain safe in the dark caves from their predators. Okay, and in the evening they will come out from the water and such type of food also. Okay, so children, we have seen that our earth is very vast. Different types of environment we have gone through, and organisms live on it in varying condition. So in all the examples given above, I have given, we have seen that all the organisms live in an environment where they get the three things essential for life. As I told you in the very first of this chapter, the place where living beings live and reproduce is called their habitat. See, listen to me very carefully. The place where living beings live and reproduce of their own kind is called their habitat. Okay, body structures of organism in different habitats get modified so that they can live in the habitat without any difficulty, and this is called adaptation. In simple terms, if I'll say, adaptation means to adapt. Okay, it is that process or the state of adjusting or changing to become more suited to an environment is called adaptation. Okay, how you are behaving to adapt your environment, okay, that is called adaptation. Okay, For example, organism living in desert can survive on very little water and can tolerate very hot weather. Animals living in Arctic region have lots of hair on their body so that they can tolerate very cold. These all organisms have adapted their body towards their environment, and that is only called adaptation. Okay, it is the process of adjusting with the environment to ensure survival. Okay, so this chapter I have finished completely. Explanation is over. Next class we are going to get the question answer of this chapter, and as I told you, to make 200 pages copy. So get ready with your copy, 200 pages practical copy. Monday you are going to get the question answers of this chapter. Till the time, thank you, be safe and stay in your home.